Month of April is just around the corner and spring has sprung in many regions. However, not in Wilmington, Delaware. It's still pretty cold. But spring brings about a lot of different things. Flowers, bugs, all sorts of fun stuff. And of course,
hey, welcome back, Henry. How's it going, man? Man, everyone's rolling in all at once here. How we doing, guys? I have 1 hour to help out with channels before I need to start making dinner because the lady is going to be coming home from work and she's probably going to be wondering what the heck is going on if I'm streaming and there's no food that's been cooked. You know the feeling. Hey, Switchcraft, how's it going, man? I'm glad you could make it this time. I would do your channel. Oh, Lukester, yeah, sure, man. I'd be happy to. I'm doing well. All right, Lukester, here we go. I love these videos, by the way. These are awesome usually. Let me just see here. You got 354 subs, dude. That's awesome. I remember watching this one last time. This is great, dude. Sure thing, Henry. Oh. Nice work, man. Love the music, love the edits, love the emotion. I would, if you want, the one comment I would have is to have some vlogging with it if you want. Have like a conversation, talk about your progress, your struggles, how you feel about everything. Make a connection with the viewer because I think you have a really good thing going here, man. I really do. Henry, yes, I can do your channel next. Give me 1 second here. All right. First thing I'd say, obviously, is the thumbnails. You probably already knew that was coming, though. Definitely need to work on the thumbnails if you're looking to grow your channel. One thing I kind of hope it's clear when I do these live streams, this is for if you want to grow your channel. If you are just doing this for fun or you don't really care about growth, you're just kind of making videos, that's fine. Then have at it. If you're looking to grow your channel, you absolutely have to have at least an average thumbnail. Average at worst. Yeah, I absolutely love the gaming community too. It's incredible. You guys are all so awesome. Seriously. Cloudy Does Games. Okay. No, I understand, man. It's hard. If you're anything like me, I mean, when I make a video, I'm putting between 6 to 10 hours typically into a video. Between coming up with an idea, researching it, filming it, editing it, and publishing it, and making a thumbnail for it, and any other marketing and after sharing and stuff like that, you're looking at about 8 to 10 hours typically for any video I do. And that's something that I think if you want to grow your channel, you're going to need that level of commitment. Maybe not right at the beginning, but know that that's what it's going to take for your channel to be successful, especially if you want to be like ultra successful, because there are no channels out there that I know of that kind of just take a video and just throw it up on YouTube and become uber famous instantly. Emerald Game Cave, yeah, I'll definitely do your channel for sure, man. What time is it in Australia right now? But yeah, I'll watch one of these videos here.
Hey guys, what's up? I did me a bit of a game hunting here in Springs, so I'm gonna show you my pickups. I hope you can read these because my camera is acting a bit strange lately. So we got a siphon filter.
There it is. You were talking about that earlier.
Complete in the box.
What's up, Super Nintendo?
Case, I should say it. And I also found me a little.
Hey, Brad is in here. I didn't even see. What's up, Chasing the Classics?
This case is on the back is fucked up. So it's a. I guess you can say that this is sort of uncommon here in Colorado, because I rarely even see anything like this in Pueblo, but it's nice to have that. We also have a Soviet Strike, a very decent version of it. Now, what's messed up about this is that the fucking, the holster that holds the discs, it's really messed up, so I'm gonna have to replace it with another case or something. So that's it. That's gonna be it for my.
One thing I'd say, and this is something I hope this doesn't sound too harsh.
I hope you all enjoyed it. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.
This is for everyone, including myself, so don't get mad at me for saying it because I'm including me in this group. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares about any channel that has at least, I mean, unless you have over 10,000 subscribers, and even then, people still don't really care about you, but you start to get a little bit of notoriety. Nobody cares about you, and what I mean by that is, if you're saying, hey, I got these games, the average viewer is going to click on this and be like, why should I care? What you want to do is draw them into your video and give them a story so that they care. Give them a reason that they care. And try to avoid using I and me as much as possible when you're small, because that's a turnoff for people. Because I'm looking at this from a view of, I know this is my opinion too. Don't take this as gospel. As a viewer coming to your channel and never watching it before, I'm looking at this and pretending to be that person and saying, okay, you just showed me 2 video games. You told me that the cases were busted on them. Why should I care? What about this? How is that important to me? That sucks for you. How is that important to me? Instead, what I would do is do a little research on the games, look up on Wikipedia, find some cool stats and information about Siphon Filter, about Red Dawn or whatever that helicopter game was that you had there. Something that really catches the attention of the viewers, like, oh, I didn't know that game had that. That's interesting. I kind of want to play that game now. Something along those lines. And I think that might connect with the audience a lot better. Yeah, Mile High, we are reviewing Henry right now. He is also in Colorado. He's in Pueblo. I don't know where you are, but nothing hit me. I'm not even playing a game right now. What are you talking about? I'm not that bad where I'm getting hit by a game. I'm not even playing it. At least I hope I'm not that bad. Just saw it. Gary, I loved your Toys R Us video, man. That was really cool. Taking us inside there, saving me the trip. Because I was thinking about going to Toys R Us, and I'm like, I might do a video about going to Toys R Us. I'm like, but I know it's going to suck, and I'm not going to waste my time doing it. So I'm glad you did, because it saved me the time, and it was exactly what I thought it was going to be, but it was still good to have that reassurance. Yeah, no problem, Henry. And again, don't take it personal. I think all all I can offer is advice, and take it or leave it. If you hate what I'm saying, okay, that's fine. But I feel like there's potential to grow. But the problem with the YouTube platform right now is it's so crowded and inundated with videos and pickup videos and people talking about video games. You need to do something that's going to separate you and make you more important than that slew of other channels out there that are doing the same damn thing. And when I first started making videos, that was kind of my approach. It's like, okay, I'm going to look at Wikipedia, I'm going to find some cool stats, and I'm going to say these things about this video game that are going to really get people's attention and make them want to keep listening. And from that, I kind of grew from my approach of, if you watch my earlier videos, I kind of sound a bit monotone, as I've discussed in the past. And then I wanted to improve on my approach in talking to people and having a conversation with the camera, which is still something I'm learning how to do and probably will always forever be learning how to do. I feel you, bro. Thanks for no problem. Yeah, I'm sure. A story that draws people in. Exactly, Emerald Cave. And speaking of Emerald Cave, let's put you up on the big screen here. And I forgot, I didn't check after I asked you what time it was in Australia right now, but I'd say the thumbnails need some work. They're very basic. They're better than no thumbnail. They're better than just a screenshot of the video. But they look like they were done by a fourth grader on MS Paint. And that's okay. It's better than nothing. But something I'd say to everybody, and something that I need to take advice myself on as well. Instead of investing time on making videos, invest time on learning how to use Photoshop and learning how to use editing programs, instead of banging your head against the wall and doing the same thing over and over and being like, why aren't my video quality improving, why aren't my thumbnails getting better? Realize that the time you spend is finite each day, and take some time each day to learn one new thing. If you can watch one video, the information, it's all free. It's an incredible world we live in right now where YouTube has, it's all at your fingertips, it's all free. Just click on a video. How do I make a thumbnail? Watch it, and it's going to be a lot to digest, but learn one thing, learn two things from it. Then watch the video again the next day. Learn a couple more things. Try to do it yourself. Get familiar with it. Ease yourself into it, because if you try to take it all on at once, it's going to be overwhelming and you're going to not want to do it. J-Love, how's it going? I don't know if I said hi to you, but hello, and thank you so much for the kind words. Mad Little Pixel. Mad Little Pixel is an awesome channel, and I meant to ask you the other day, MLP. I sent you a DM on YouTube. Not sure if you wanted to get in on the collab that I am putting together on my channel with a few other people, but if you're interested, I would love to have you. I love your insight and your channel, and it's directly related to Smash Brothers. Not sure if you're into Smash Brothers or not, so if you're not, then obviously don't worry about it, but if you're into Smash Brothers, please dive in. It'd be awesome. Abaddon, how's it going, man? And let's see. Exactly, Switchcraft, exactly. And Switchcraft is a prime example of somebody who does one thing better each video I watch of his. Like, when he first started, I was like, okay, this guy's got some potential, but he's missing all these things that you need around you in a video for it to be a high quality video. And each video I'm watching, I'm noticing his approach to the video, how he's talking to the camera is improving a little bit. The edits are changing. He's changing it up a little bit on how he makes the episodes. Oak City Gamers, how's it going? Hidden Game Room, hello. So yeah, anyways, back to Emerald Game Cave. The other thing I'd say is, work on your titles, because I don't even know what I'm about to watch right now. Evil Lee, Season 1, Episode 2. The Walking Dead, S1E2, Evil Lee. When I look at this, I'm like, it's 2 hours and 13 minutes long. Is this the actual show? Is it Season 1, Episode 2 of the show? Is it the video game that's the point-and-click adventure thing? Or not the point-and-click adventure, but made by that company that screwed all over the employees, and they made the Batman game too. I don't know what that is. So that's the first thing I'd say is this needs a much better title. I'm going to go with something a little bit more digestible. That's the other thing I'd say is all your watch times here are very scary. The shortest one I'm seeing off the top of my head is 15 minutes here. A beer for Kane. That's awesome. I love how everyone's doing that. That one's 2 minutes. But everything else is ludicrously long. And that's scary to new viewers. And even if it's an incredible, even if it's the best video ever made, if it's 20 minutes long and you got 160 subs, the average viewer out there is going to be like, okay, there's a reason this guy's not growing. He's not making videos that are digestible for casuals. The Telltale games. Thank you, Super Nintendo. Yes, Telltale. I heard about some drama at the Telltale Studios, which I almost covered in a news episode about 4 weeks ago, but I didn't bother. I'm not going to bother with this because it has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. But yeah, it's...
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another pickup video. Now, I did manage to find a small amount of stuff this week. Nothing too special, but something's always better than nothing. And yeah, I checked out a couple of places near my work, a couple of places near my home, and managed to find a small amount of stuff. So first slot, or first thing I should say, was from that little mom and pop store that's near my work. They're only open a couple of days a week and only like a couple of hours for the days they're open, so it's crazy. And their prices are super cheap. So I dropped in, they only had one thing really, and that was...
Okay, so the other thing I'd say, first thing I'd say about your video, it's 46 seconds in right now, and we're finally seeing a game. And that kind of lends itself to being quite long-winded, and probably explains why this is almost 22 minutes long. What I tell everyone, the way YouTube's become, it's so funneled down to give me information, let me get in and get out, and leave the person wanting more. Having a 22-minute long video and not talking about the first game until 46 seconds in, this kind of lends itself to what I was talking about to Henry on the last one, is nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about me either. I'm not trying to be rude to you. Nobody cares about you enough to sit through 46 seconds to find out what your pickups are, except for your 160 subscribers. Maybe one out of God knows how many other people would find that interesting, but it's not going to be the vast majority of people. If you want to reach the largest audience possible and get as many people subscribing to you as possible, get in, get out, leave them wanting more. A simple pickups video is really not, like I said before, it's not my thing. Pickups videos are really hard to differentiate yourself because it's like, here's what I got. So instead of a pickups video for me personally, I'd rather you say, here's what I got, here's some cool facts about this game that's really interesting, or here's this backstory to this game, which is why you should care about it, to connect to the audience, because otherwise they're not going to care about it. Cloudy, I thought you said you didn't want me doing your channel because it's been a while since you did a video, but I'm just giving you a hard time. Yes, of course I'll do your channel next.
Covers Smash Court Tennis for the PlayStation 1. This is a Namco title. I'm surprised that somebody actually paid $59.95 for this back in the day.
Yikes! That is an interesting story.
But yeah, I mean, it could be alright. A bit of light play. And I opened it. That wasn't in there. I found that somewhere else in the place. But
that's the other thing I'd say when you're doing a video, be prepared. Like, this sounds like you're opening it for the first time and you knew about that in there. It's like, this tells the viewer that you weren't prepared for this video. So be prepared, know what you're showing, and be ready to explain it. Like, that little tiny thing right there tells me that this wasn't even a prepared video.
I also noticed underneath this disc there was Mike Tyson's
That's pretty
heavyweight
cool.
boxing for the PS2. So yeah, I'm hunting away. There was pretty much nothing else there, so I was like ready to just buy that. And then I saw this, so I thought, well, at least I can use that in my Wii or something. So I asked her, I go, how much for that? And she's like, 50 cents. And I was like, are you kidding? Just take $1, for God's sake. So I paid $1 for those two games.
That was funny.
The two
That was really funny.
Okay, so
Hey, what's up, Odd Pod?
for the small-
Thank you, yeah.
So in one of the places near my home, all I could find was this. It is a ceramic Harry Potter mug, I guess, because it talks about being microwavable and dishwasher safe, but it's basically a cauldron. I'm not big into Harry Potter, so I'll probably just end up giving this to my sister, because
So I'd say, like, right there, it's like, nobody cares you're giving it to your sister. Like, why are you telling us this? Like, this is something you'd be like, I got this Harry Potter cauldron. If you have something cool to say about it, say it. If not, move on to the next thing.
she likes Harry Potter and her kids like Harry Potter. I've never been a big fan of Harry Potter.
Just, I guess,
Harry.
in short,
It was the
just
only
always
thing
keep in
really.
mind that
They didn't really
the
have
average
any games
person
at all.
has
It
a
was just the
very
same
short
shit
attention
every
span.
week, so I loved it.
And
So
I am one
it
of
was
those
$5,
people, and I try to use
I don't know
that
if
to
was
my
good or
advantage
bad, but anyway,
because
anyway.
I have,
Now,
like,
the next
severe
one
ADD, and I'm always like, what's next, what's next, what's next?
$2.
So when I'm making my videos, I kind of
And,
use
it
that
wasn't
to
until
my advantage because I'm always like, if my video starts boring me,
saw a bunch of
that's when I
games
need to
and I was
redo
like,
the video all
yeah,
over again
you know,
because I better
they're
not be getting
okay
bored
and
by my
stuff, but
video.
I'm not too interested in them at that price because, yeah, this is that store, guys, that you know, I ranted about. But upon going to the counter with some non-gaming related stuff, she started charging me half the price.
Yeah, I look at it, ADD is not a necessarily bad thing.
Which I clearly missed, saying that it was
Use it to your
50 cents.
advantage.
So, once I'd paid for all the non-gaming related stuff, I went back and basically just filled the basket full of games. I mean, 2 games for $5, so it was like 2 for 5 deals. So, you know, when the price is right, it kind of makes the games more appealing. But anyway, I'll show you the non-gaming related stuff first. So I got a Breaking Bad poster here for 50 cents.
If you notice yourself waffling on a bit, like you say,
I remember
don't be
buying
afraid to
this
cut
at
it
Expo.
and learn editing software and just cut parts
$10 for mine. So, you know, 50-cent poster.
and cut parts out of the video that start dragging on. Just cut it.
And, you know,
People would rather you just
so, I mean,
cut your words and have it be unprofessional than have it drag on and be boring as hell.
I just saw this and, you know.
Yeah, the KISS
I
solution.
think
Keep it
it's a
simple.
McDonald's toy, but it's basically Mario. Hey, high five, Mario. But yeah.
And don't be afraid to
Yeah,
be
it's
excited about your
whatever.
stuff.
So that was
I mean
like
that in the nicest way.
25 cents or something.
Because if you're not excited about it, then the people watching aren't going to be excited.
It's a me. A Dragon Ball hanging thing. It's mainly for my brother-in-law.
Because I can tell you, I don't usually talk this
Much
animated
stuff. So this was the stuff that I
casually
picked
when
up.
I'm not in front of the
Quite a
camera. I'm a
small
little
amount of stuff and
bit
picked out
more
the
laid
games
back.
were basically half price.
So don't be afraid to put on a
I'll get to
face
the
when you have the
games in a
camera on
It's pretty cool.
to
It's a
be
little baggy, but I
you on steroids while
new.
on camera.
Yeah. Not a huge fan of the Dragon Ball series, but hopefully my brother-in-law will like this. So,
Yeah, exactly, Cloudy. Exactly.
now
Hey,
this was
Discard. I
pretty
didn't even say
bad.
hi to you. How you doing?
I wanted to check it out, and it's like tin or metal or whatever. It is
Discard.
a
I think
4-inch
you have a lot of
electrified
potential,
fence,
dude.
electrified fence throughout the
And you
park.
remind me of myself because you're very critical of your work.
So that's, I think that was $2 originally, so I got that for $1.
So I think that's pretty much all I'm going to say because this is just going to start dragging on with everything you're doing. It's all the same thing over and over again. Which, if your audience is interested in that, awesome. But if they're not, you're going to lose them day one. This, like I said, it's not necessarily my cup of tea, but I'm subscribed to you because I've known you for a very long time, and I think you're a good dude. But I'm not subscribed to you to watch a 22-minute video of you going on and on about things. And I hope that's not like hard to hear. I hope you use that in a constructive way so that you cut it down to something a little bit more digestible where more people would want to see it. And again, it's not bad content. It's just slowly delivered content. All right, Henry, thank you so much for stopping by. Let's head over to Cloudy Does Gaming. So let's see. Cloudy, how long have you been doing this for? Looks like 8 months total. Pixie sticks work like a charm, or 5-hour energy. Although I don't do 5-hour energy. Yeah, no worries, Discard. First thing I'd say, Cloudy, is same thing I said to Emerald Game Cave. Don't be afraid to take some time out of your day and learn how to make a thumbnail. You'd be amazed at how much it improves your view count. It looks like you started 8 months ago. Cloudy Does Games. Going to be doing Let's Plays, chatty vids, and updates. One thing for me too, and this is maybe me, my game tester days, a lot of what I'm going to say might sound really particular, but people pick up on particular things, and you really got to look out for the tiny things. And I'm guilty of them too on my channel. I'm not perfect either. So everything I say here, don't take it personally, because we all need the help. But like in the About section that I didn't even click on, put a space in between the comma and chatty videos, because I look at that and I'm like, okay, she didn't even put a space there. Does she even care about this channel? It's almost like a resume in a weird way. And coming from me who used to be a recruiter, maybe that's why I care so much about like stupid little stuff like that. But if your videos are great, that doesn't matter. But if someone's coming to your channel for the first time and seeing that, get a header, get a banner here, get something, because this looks like you really don't care about your channel either if there's nothing here at the top. I do like your avatar picture. That's pretty cool. The sketch. Rec List Episode 2, Less Talking, More Action. I have no idea what you're talking about there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the rec list is. And this is something important for anyone who doesn't have like 100,000 subscribers or more. If you are a smaller channel, people aren't going to know what your specific titles of videos mean, because they've never been to you before, and it's not like a universally recognized thing. The rec list, is that what you recommend? 3 games to try out. Put a space after the colon. But I wouldn't even put the rec list episode 2. Say that in the video. Don't put it as part of the title, because that's wasting words, and people are already turned off by the time they get to episode. They don't even know what the rec list is. Why would they keep reading? There's too many other distractions on YouTube to have someone care about you for no reason. A reason people care about channels is they already have a ton of subscribers. So people will see that and be like, okay, they have a lot of people who've subscribed to them. Clearly those people care about something on this channel. If you don't have a ton of subscribers, you need to give people a reason to care about you. And I'm sorry that I'm completely slacking on the chat right now. I'm kind of monologuing. But definitely get the rec list episode 2. Get that out of the title. Just say less talking, more action. I wouldn't even say that. I'm going to watch this video, and I'm going to tell you what the title should be. Yeah, no worries, Cloudy.
Welcome to another episode of the Rec List.
Also, I mean, obviously, you probably know this too, but if you want to grow your channel and if you want to be serious about YouTube, this day and age, you're either growing or you're stagnant. There's no kind of growing.
To give a shout out to Down Phoenix, who commented on the last video.
Hey, Down Phoenix. I know Down Phoenix. Get rid of the Cyberlink by Power Director. Purchase the program. Because if people see that, that's a turn off automatically. It's like, this person doesn't even care enough about YouTube to even buy the program.
Alright, so the first action game,
Okay, you need to wait, okay?
That I'm going
You
to be
wait.
recommending for today is,
Go watch. I'll be right there, okay?
and yes, I got a sun-bleached copy over here.
Okay.
This doesn't actually reflect how the
Thanks.
actual box art looks. But yeah, Tokyo Beatdown. It's a beat 'em up published by Atlas on the DS. It's very airy,
No problem back in the day, gamer.
funny, some of the funniest writing that you'll ever find on any system, really. So, it's really hard as well. It's kind of like a 3D style beat 'em up where
I like your facial expressions.
kind of like 2.5D in the sense that all of the models are rendered in 3D, but you play on a 3D plane on a 2D plane, and it plays very similar to Streets of Rage or Final Fight.
The audio is a little bit too loud
Press through the stage, you
because sometimes the loud parts of the audio overtake your voice and I can't hear you.
You get weapons and you have combos and special moves that you can use on enemies, and you just keep progressing forward. Every time you beat a certain number of enemies, you keep progressing forward until you find a boss at the end. And the bosses in this game are really, really tough. That was tough. So yeah, if you think you have enough metal and you want a good time, pick up Tokyo Beatdown. The second game I'm going to be recommending for today on this list is No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise on the PS3. This is also available on the Wii, but this happens to be the PS3 version of it that I own, because I don't have a Wii. But the general concept is the same. It's a
But you're good with the camera. It's very like it's a comforting talk. Like this is comfortable just to sit here and listen to you talk.
The thing about No More Heroes is it's done by Suda51, so the same guy that did Lollipop News that I reviewed earlier. Well, that I recommended earlier. But yeah, the cool thing about No More Heroes is that
Put a link to that at the top. Put a card. If you reference a video that you've done before, always put a card there at the top right.
It's got really cool cell shading. It has a really cool cell shaded look.
Because that looks super professional. It's like, I talked about the lollipop change, the lollipop whatever. I'll put a video in the top right there and then just keep going. Or
It does
you don't even have to say I put it in the top. You can just say, I did a review of this earlier and it will pop up above you.
To be honest, by the time you actually get to the end boss,
Yeah, it does flow very nicely.
the effort is pretty much worth it. So I would totally recommend if you want something that
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, Discard. Looking directly at the camera would help a lot because right now it looks like you're talking to someone next to the camera.
recommend No More Heroes.
So I'm like kind of like, why aren't you looking at me? Why are you looking over to the side?
Is Odin Sphere. And yes, I have to. Well, this is Odin Sphere.
Yes, it does. Super Nintendo, good call.
On the PS4, it's also available on Vita and PS3.
You know your stuff.
It's done by Vanillaware, so the same people behind, the same people behind Muramasa.
Cut that part right there.
Muramasa, Dragon's Crown, the 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, and a bunch of other, and Princess Crown, if you remember that from the...
This is more conversational,
It's,
which is fine.
Generally in the same style where...
But conversational is tough to sell if you're new
like,
to YouTube.
It's an arcade style beat 'em up where you have a bunch of stages and you actually...
I wanted to grow as fast as possible when I first started, and I didn't want any ums or ahs or any kind of mess ups, which I have even when I didn't want them. But I cut out all the ums, I cut out all the ahs, and I kind of chopped around a bit when I was first new at it, but it's fine.
PS2, it was absolutely gorgeous. And
Get good with the editing software.
PS3 or even on your Vita,
Alright, Mile High, thanks so much for coming by.
it's got a beautiful... It's just absolutely stunning from a graphical standpoint. Not so much on the soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack is really cool and everything, but,
Oh, don't forget, turn the audio in the background down a couple notches too.
the characters that you play as.
Because I'm listening in my headphones right now, and all I'm hearing is the audio in the background, and I'm trying to hear your voice over it.
And you also got a bunch of really cool boss battles. You've got some really
I'm not saying turn it down a ton, just a couple notches. It's just a little bit too high.
Than the PS2 version, which is great. And of course, since it being an
The best advice I can give is watch your own video and pretend that you're somebody that doesn't know you. And ask yourself, would you subscribe to you if you can remove yourself from your own bias? And if you're like, no, I wouldn't subscribe to this, why would you not subscribe to it? What are you missing? What is it that you could offer to someone that you're not presenting in the video?
yeah, if you want
don't be afraid to watch your own videos over and over and over again, thinking, how can you improve them?
Based on Norse mythology, you can't go wrong with Robespierre and Leibdrasir. And now to wrap it up.
Hey, what's up, Radiant Wolfblood? How's it going?
Classic.
What do I use for editing software? It depends on the video. I typically either use Sony Vegas
If you know, if you
or
the Devil May Cry series, where it's over-the-top action,
Wondershare,
or it's
which
crazy
is now
combos
called
and
Filmora now, I guess.
to build up a collection
But
of
it depends on the video. I kind of bounce around because they all do things differently depending on what I want the video to do. But all these things are self-taught. I never took any classes or anything on editing. I just watched a ton of YouTube videos, and it was trial and error of what they say to do and how I'm able to use the program, and just teach yourself.
is that you can't
Yeah, Filmora Wondershare is probably the easiest one to learn. That's the one I started with,
play some
and it was super basic. But
that game
Adobe Premiere is good, but yeah, it's pricey.
screen and then start it up right and so there's no
I use the Adobe Suite
but
typically for either thumbnails or if I need to do a specific edit on a picture or something like that.
they're not completely remastered, but you know, they're cleaned up a decent bit and they look really good on a HD TV. It plays fine. And yeah, you also got some you know, some gallery stuff like concept art, you know, concept artwork, some developers notes, voice acting, and voice clips, and also a bunch of tracks that you can listen to on the main menu, which is really cool. So yeah, I would totally recommend it if you want to start a Devil May Cry collection, or if you just want to give Devil May Cry a try. Anyway, guys, this has been Pal. I hope that you get to try out some of the games that I recommend today, and I'll see you hopefully next time for more game recommendations.
Yeah, no, she seems like a really cool chick. I like that exit. That's really cool. But as far as if you want to grow your channel, try your best to avoid words like and ah and like and just try to condense what you say into what you're trying to get across to the end viewer and nothing else. Hi. My daughter wants to join us for a little bit here. Yeah, that was a really good flow. Was that good flow? Purple? Okay, you need to wait a little bit. Can you wait? Okay. You want to get down? No? Yeah, I love your 5 and 5 Super Nintendo. Like I said before, I think you got a lot of potential, dude. You're going against some serious heavy hitters that are already established in the video game news space, and it's going to be tough to carve a niche out for yourself without doing something that sets you apart. And the 5 and 5 is good because it's quick hitting, but at the end of the day, it's still news. So it's going to be tough to set yourself apart when Spawnwave does it, RGT does it, Tipster does it. God, so many people do it. So it's just it's a high mountain to climb. That's all I'm saying. Don't be afraid to do some other unique kind of videos like in between those, which I know you do, but yeah, don't do it 5 days a week. That would be what Avedon was trying to do, and I told him don't do that because you're just going to burn yourself out when you're first starting out. Don't do 5 days a week news. That's a recipe for disaster. Maybe back 10 years ago on YouTube you could do that and be successful, but nowadays the market's already been established. You need to do something to set yourself apart. Sure thing, Switchcraft. Oh! Switchcraft, one thing I was going to say to you, I'm glad that I'm actually checking your channel out here. I noticed this before when I was watching your top 5 Nintendo soundtracks video. Your thumbnail is not good for that. And what I mean by that is the color yellow blends over your body because of the lights reflecting off your arms. I can't read any of those letters without really looking at it. So be careful of that. Same with this thumbnail. It just looks like a screenshot of you talking, but it's not a high quality screenshot of you. It looks like you're like mid word blowing air out of your mouth. It's a weird shot. Like use like a really good still photo of yourself, or don't even put yourself in it. Just put. I didn't like to put myself in thumbnails, and I still don't, because I'm not well known enough for people to recognize me in the thumbnail, and people don't care about me. So I try to avoid putting me in the thumbnail unless I feel like it's called for. Otherwise, I just put the images of what the video is about to make it look like it may be a professional channel and trick people into clicking on it and saying, oh, maybe it's a big channel. Yes. Also, something you need to worry about. You give away 4... You literally give away 4 of the movies of the 5 in the thumbnail. There's no mystery there. No one's going to click on that because people want a mystery. They want let me see. They want a story to unfold while they're watching it. Yeah, no problem, Cloudy. Are you singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? Oh, I wonder what you are. Okay. So yeah, always leave a little mystery. Put too loud. Put big question marks over the pictures of the video. Those 4 aren't in the video. Then you got the opposite issue of people clicking on it and being like, WTF, I was expecting this video to be in it and it's not, or I was expecting this to be one of them and it's not, and then they're going to be pissed off about it from that angle. So it's kind of a lose-lose no matter what you do, whether it's in it or not. It's one of those things that, like, I'll do a video of top 5 Mario games and I'll put a picture of Mario. It doesn't really give anything away. Like, you could do a picture of a movie theater and the spotlights, and have the spotlights shoot up saying games that should be movies, and that should be the thumbnail, something like that. My daughter is 2.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Switchcraft, and in light of Ready Player One hitting theaters soon, I wanted to take a few minutes and share with everyone my ideas for video games that I want to see made into full-length movies. Before we get started, I ask you to consider subscribing if you're new here, and hit that little bell down below if you like what you hear and see so that you can get notified whenever I come out with the newest content. Before we get into my picks...
And I think I said it before, but I've never been a big fan. I know the bigger channels do it, and they always... But even the bigger channels have kind of moved away from doing it. It was trendy a couple of years ago, but... Or even as recent as last year, in the beginning saying, if you like what you see, consider subscribing, clicking the bell, doing this, doing that. You're telling the person to do some work before they've even heard what you have to say, and that's a turn off. People will click off your video when they're told that they need to do work. So I like to be a little bit more subtle about it. I never say subscribe. I don't think I've ever said subscribe in a video in the past 6 months. I put the subscribe button, I slide that in, but I never actually tell the person to subscribe. I want to feel like my content is good enough so that all they need is that little tiny reminder, if they don't even think about it, to see subscribe. That means, oh, this guy actually wants people to subscribe to him. Okay, I like the content, I'll subscribe. But for someone to say, hey, consider subscribing, hitting that bell, doing this, I need you to jump through a couple of hoops for me, and after all that, let's get to what I have to talk about. It's like, well, I don't even know what you're talking about yet. Why should I subscribe to you?
A new idea, and we've had the likes of Doom, Super Mario, Mortal Kombat, and Pokemon appear on the big screen amongst...
I love the Super Mario Brothers movie.
For the most part, these movies have gotten terrible reviews, and lost...
Yeah, exactly, Super Nintendo. Doing it as a send-off, I think, is perfectly fine, because 90% of the audience isn't there at the send-off anyway, so it's not a big deal.
I'm assuming that all my
But doing it at the intro is kind of...
no budget, and with reps
it wastes people's time. I never want to waste someone's time.
now that that's out of the way, let's have a look at the 5 video games that I want to see made into full-length feature films.
And I know you were just giving a little bit of backstory there, but you said now that that's out of the way, let's get into what this video is actually about. And I just looked at the clock, and there's 1:04 gone in the video, and now you're finally getting to what I clicked on to watch. And that's something that's a huge turnoff for people. Not for me, because I know you, but if I didn't know you, I'd be like, why am I watching this guy right now? He has not offered me anything yet on a reason on why I should keep watching. You want to hit him with, instead of at the beginning hitting him with telling him to subscribe, hit him with a hook. Get him with something that makes them want to keep watching that they didn't think about before they clicked on the video, but it's something that interests them regardless, if that makes sense. Oh my god, that Double Dragon movie was awful. I saw that in the movie theaters too. Ugh.
The game series I believe really has some potential is F-Zero the movie. Think about it. A futuristic racing movie where you're forced to race for your life in a league for the amusement of a group of billionaires. Think of it as the cool pod racing part of Star Wars Episode 1, the iconic music of the F-Zero game, camera angles during racing.
I actually never saw Max Payne.
Mode 7 of the SNES.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty terrible.
Twists like the Hunger Games. It'll be like the Fast and the Furious.
Ty-Lord, if I lived close to you, I would go with you, man.
Up next, another movie I'd love to see made into a full-length film would be Contra. This one wouldn't even be too hard. You could just take any Arnold Schwarzenegger movie or Sylvester Stallone movie, add robots, change the box art. That's it. In all seriousness though, it's been way too long since we've had a good, larger-than-life shoot-'em-up like Predator or Rambo, and I'd love to be able to slap the Contra label on a new
Yeah, Doom was very meh. I watched that too. I never saw Prince of Persia.
I would love to see made into
Nate, how's it going, man?
one you'd have to go back a long way for, and that's Pitfall from the Atari, or later the PC.
I believe it is. I know the image on the front is from, I believe it was Predator.
The beauty of making a game like this into a film would be that
Oh my god, the Street Fighter 2 movie was so bad. I read a backstory on that apparently like Raul Julia and Jean-Claude Van Damme and like a bunch of other people on the set were like doing rampant drugs, and they were showing up like high and drunk on the set and just kind of like joking around. Like it was like a complete joke to them doing that movie.
controversial one is many people may not want to see it even possibly made into a movie and risk it sucking, and that's The Legend of Zelda the movie. But remember, you have Shigeru Miyamoto on set and an unlimited budget. In my head, I see this movie as a mashup between Game of Thrones,
I would say another thing that I make the mistake of doing,
sequels,
because this is excellent, you're doing a really good job, but try to avoid saying I and my
to get Zelda,
and things that direct to what you think, because to the person viewing this is clear to me that this is an opinion video and this is your opinions. So taking the time to say, in my mind, the reason why I think, you just wasted that entire breath on me, because I already know this is in your mind, the reason why you think. So just cut that out of it and just go right to the actual point.
game that I would love to see be made into a movie is perhaps the one with the most potential. How awesome would it be if we got to see Samus Aran morph ball her way into
Oh, I didn't know that, Chum Nasty. That's
I've
funny.
so many ideas for this movie.
I mean,
I'd
dark
really
humor
love
kind of
to
funny.
see. You have some awesome 2D side-scrolling sections eliminating baddies, first-person alien killing a la Doom, but done right to pay tribute to the Prime series, and more lore than you could possibly squeeze into 120 minutes. Oh man, think of the end of the movie, the surprise when Samus takes off her helmet, and that audience, who aren't necessarily Metroid fans, realizes that Samus was a woman the whole time.
And something that will come in time with you making these,
Well,
I think, is your confidence,
video games that I would
because
love
it
to
sounds
see
like
done into
it's a
movies and
bit
done right. Just think
too serious. Like your approach is a little bit too serious, and that might be
blockbusters.
partially because of nervousness or just being new to directly speaking to the camera. And I think that'll adjust to be a softer tone in time.
That's all for today. Switchcraft out.
But by no means was that a bad video. So I hope you don't take it that way. I think you're on the right track. There's a number of improvements that could be made, but you're on the right track with it. All right, we got time for one more. Who else we got? Yeah, title cards are good, breaking up the monotony, and don't be afraid to overlay video over the entire screen, not just over in the corner, while you're talking about a game. It really draws in the viewer. All right, Super Nintendo, for sure, man. First thing I'd say, I didn't even notice this, but your homepage just has created playlists showing. I don't know if you know that, if you do that on purpose or not, but I always have my most recent uploads there, so that if someone's new to my channel, they'll see them when they click on. If I comment on someone else's video, it'll bring them to my homepage area, and they'll see most recent video. Like clicking on this first and seeing this, I'm like, okay, I gotta do an extra step here to see his most recent video. And unfortunately, people just want to always watch the most recent videos.
Toys R Us is dying. A local game store is shutting down. The Genesis collection is announced.
It may be.
A
It
new
may be.
Tomb Raider and Spyro fake news. All of these topics in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, Super Nintendo. So let's put 5 minutes on the clock and begin. Toys
That's
R
good.
Us has been
16
pushing
seconds.
its
Bang,
brand
you're right
for
into
some
it.
Time, and now it looks like they're finally closing stores. This is a sad time for people my age, but hey, the future is now. I really think that the main reason why Toys R Us is shutting down isn't because of the awful business practices.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good point,
I
Oak
just
City
really
Gamers.
that
I
it's
think
because they switched
Switchcraft
Jeffrey from a
could use the
cartoon
camera
giraffe
being
to
up a little bit
real
more.
giraffe. Sure, they switched them back to a cartoon, but I think it was too little too late. I'll remember the jingle, I don't want to grow up, I'm a Toys R Us kid, nostalgia. But I won't miss those higher prices of toys, but it was pretty good while it lasted. I have an
Be
article-
careful with overlaying an image and having it be over your face, even if it cuts over your head. At any point in time, it looks kind of unprofessional. I'd put it on the other side of the screen almost, because the way you're standing, you're giving way more room on the left side of the video, but yet you're overlaying the image on the right side of the video, which is kind of strange to me.
down in the description below if you want to check out my favorite
Okay,
memory
one
of
more
Toys
minute.
R Us that
One more
occurred about
minute.
20 years
Go
ago.
wait. I'll be right
Now,
there.
This is actually a local Chicago topic, but I really wanted to share.
Okay, wait.
People Play Games, a retro store that has been in Chicago since
Okay.
2007, is
Wait.
shutting down. I used to work there, and that's where I learned how to clean games, and I have a video talking about my experience there. Now, while most game stores shut down because of lack of
Hey, what's up, Waller? Gary Waller. What happened to Gary? I like it. Waller Life Vlogs. I like that better. That's
For the
good.
past 5 years, the area of Belmont and Clark, if you dare, has been transforming into a high-end retail and luxury apartments. It looks like People Play Games has finally reached a deal that was satisfactory for the entire building that they're located in. I wish Adam and Spencer the best of luck in the future. They were really
Yeah, I heard about the Toys R Us founder
Let's
dying.
change
That
some
was
gears
sad.
and get into some game announcements. Sega announced the Genesis collection for the PS4, PC, and Xbox One. It has 50 games, but we're missing Echo the Dolphin, Sonic 3, and Knuckles. I'm not really a big fan of these compilations because they just don't feel right on modern consoles. I have the Sonic collection for the original Xbox, and it just feels off. Maybe it's because of the Genesis controller. It would be really cool to have a retro controller that worked with modern consoles. I know 8-Bit Dude
That's a really cool
has
idea.
NES and SNES controllers, but a Genesis one would be a welcome addition to the lineup. There's no Switch version yet, but hopefully we'll see an announcement soon. I'm looking forward to a handful of compilations coming to the Switch, and I'll probably hold off purchasing until then. Now here's a game that I'm going to be picking up day one, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The Tomb Raider games by Square Enix have looked amazing, and this is no exception. Shadow of the Tomb Raider releases September 14th for the PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. Now, I haven't played the original games, and I think it would be cool to see a remaster of all the original PS1 games for release on new consoles. It was crazy that Tomb Raider kind of burnt out in the early 2000s, but now it's seeing kind of a renaissance. The movie wasn't able to top the unstoppable Black Panther.
Yeah, I really like
but it
the
did do
green
well
screen you got
worldwide.
going on here.
But
It's very
I'm
cool.
not really a fan of video game movies, so I might wait till rental. And my final topic today, Spyro Collection is finally coming out to the Switch this fall. Wait, no it's not. It's actually fake news. It was announced by Nintendo Antarctica, and Activision US that the Spyro Treasure Trilogy would be coming out later this year. While this news spread like wildfire, it did lead to a lot of ire among fans. Spyro Trilogy has been rumored for a while, but no trickle of news has come from Activision or any other news source. So, but here's the thing about fake accounts. The Nintendo Antarctica says in the description that it is a parody account, and they have done a lot of other releases in the past. But the Activision one did say that it was the official account. So obviously when you see Spyro's backed by Activision, people tend to retweet it without...
Yeah, this is an excellent video, dude.
And I can't say that I haven't been fooled by this before. I saw a Nintendo Direct tweet about new software that would allow cloud saves, and everything else people have been wanting for. I took the bait and retweeted it, but I quickly deleted it as soon as somebody pointed out. Always look for the blue checkmark, people. And that's it for the 5 and 5. What did you think? I'm always looking for a good discussion, so let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I'm Super Nintendo, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, that was excellent, dude. That kept my entertainment and I should say kept me interested, kept me entertained the entire way through. And very little I'd have to say to correct how you went about talking to people. Tyler, I can't help it. This is why I do these, because well, I should say it's part of why I do these is to discover small channels, and this is where I met Super Nintendo doing one of these. He's an excellent up and coming new YouTuber. He's got a lot of skills, a lot of talents, a lot of passion, and he's on the right track. I think there are some minor things that we discussed at the beginning of that video. But I love your thumbnail. I love your approach. I love the idea. You don't waste time. You get right to it. And I think the only little thing I would say, and it also comes in time, would just be to try to keep your energy up and audience engaged as you go. Because it kind of felt like it was wavy a little bit. But no, it wasn't like bad by any means. Yeah, and you're doing great, Super Nintendo. You're doing great with it. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. His energy has dropped off. Yeah, Oak City Gamers. I just saw that. Yeah, so yeah, it wasn't just me that noticed that. Then the energy did drop off a little bit as it went on. Try to keep that energy level steady, which is hard to do. And yeah, so it is 7:30 here in California. I don't know if I'm going to stream Mario Land 2 tonight or tomorrow, but I spent about an hour getting the ROM hack of the colorized version installed on my computer and figuring that all out, and it looks absolutely incredible. So if you guys are interested, I will be streaming that either later tonight or tomorrow, and I will be doing another one of these to be determined. I don't know when the next one of these is. I always love doing these. You guys are so great. Hey, Waffle Studios, good to see you. You got here right at the end. So, all right. So I will call the stream now, and thank you all so much for coming. I'll catch you next time. Have a good